The state of Mississippi executed 6 death row inmates in 2012 by way of lethal injection.
Then the anti-death penalty folks decided that they would attack the drug manufacturers and go after the people who supplied the drugs.
Attorney General Jim Hood has been defending the state of Mississippi against lawsuits from death row inmates since the last execution 5 years ago. 2 condemned inmates, Richard Jordan and Ricky Chase, filed state and federal lawsuits. Charles Crawford filed a similar suit in Hinds County.
These prisoners were sentenced to death. They were not sentenced to be tortured to death.
Jim Craig represents all 3 death row inmates. He says Mississippi's execution method constitutes cruel and unusual punishment.
And that involves when there is a substantial risk of severe pain that can be avoided by the use of other methods of execution.
There's a 3-step protocol to execute death row inmates here at the state prison in Parchman. The first drug is an anesthetic, which puts the prisoner to sleep. The second drug paralyzes the inmate. And the third drug is potassium chloride, which stops the heart. Attorney General Jim Hood tells me the legal battle surrounds that first drug, the anesthetic. For years, the state used sodium pentothal. But after lawsuits, drug manufacturers stopped making it.
We checked with every other state. No other state can get it. And we've written letters to the drug manufacturer, and they sent us a letter back basically waving at us, and they didn't use all their fingers.
Mississippi adopted a new drug, midazolam, as the first injection in the 3-step protocol, which Hood says is approved by the U.S. Supreme Court. But Craig says midazolam is not strong enough to keep a prisoner unconscious. And because of that, he claims this second drug can even shock them back into a form of consciousness.
You're in fact being suffocated to death. And if by chance you survive that, then the third drug, which is potassium chloride, if injected while the prisoner is still conscious to any extent, will cause intense chemical burning.
Craig says Mississippi should be using pentobarbital as the first or only drug in the lethal injection series, a barbiturate overdose to simply put the prisoner to sleep and stop the heart. But the Attorney General says the U.S. Supreme Court has already cleared the way for Mississippi executions to resume.
We hope to get this motion filed in a couple of weeks to get the federal court case dismissed, and also at the same time file a motion with the Mississippi Supreme Court to set an execution date, hopefully sometime this fall.
So I do beg to differ with him. I don't think the courts will allow execution dates to be set in 2 weeks or even any time this year.
I anticipate maybe a couple of executions between now and the end of the year.
And Attorney General Jim Hood says the 2 inmates up for execution are Richard Jordan and Thomas Loden. Jordan is one of the inmates who sued Mississippi, and he's also the longest serving inmate on death row, 39 years. Now,